नौजवान बना रहूंगा।
पूरा जहां कहीं भी जल और स्टार्टअप के रास्ते भेजा जाएगा। मैं खुशी से जाऊंगा। इसमें मुझे अपना जीवन ही बलिदान क्यों ना करना पड़े।
Indian Army. When we utter these two words, our heads get down with respect and gratitude to their sacrifice and nobility. From the icy terrain of Himalaya to the scorching heat of desert, they guard us as their family all day and night without complaining. Indian Army is home to some of the bravest men in the world. Indian Army is world's third largest and its soldiers are considered the best in high altitude battles. The Indian Army guards one of the most notorious international borders. But thank the gods and the Indian soldiers that we can safely watch this documentary. No one deserves the title of a hero more than a soldier. The brave men and women at the Indian Army stay away from their families, miss every significant thing in their lives, and sacrifice their lives just so that we can be with our loved ones and sleep peacefully at night. So here goes a tribute to the descendants of courage, our unseen brave hearts.
Colonel M. Sambamurthy, a Sena medalist, was born and raised in Chennai. He completed his B.Com and later he joined Indian Army in the year 1964. During his service, he has fought 3 wars, which includes War of 1965-71 and Counter-Terrorist Operation. He retired in year 1995. He has trained many army officials and also served as a director of NCC, Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning to you, and it is our utmost honor to be here with you today.
We normally address only the physical demands of being in the army. We quite often forget that there are mental demands as well. So how well did you cope up with the mental challenges that you faced when you were in the army?
Your mental capacity is more important than the physical strain. Somebody who is mentally strong, he will continue to run and take it as a challenge. Your mind will be willing to do whatever is the job you are facing, whatever is the task you have been given to undertake.
Tell us more about the war you have fought.
I have participated in 1965 war with Pakistan. I participated in 1971 war with Pakistan, East Bengal and Pakistan that time. And I participated in counterinsurgency operations, what you call it as terrorist operations in Mizoram. There are no losers, there are no runners-up in the battlefield. You have to fight and then you have to win. If you don't win, firstly, you are a vanquished fellow and you are a dead fellow. You have to analyze the terrain, you have to analyze the enemy, you have to analyze the enemy weapons, you have to analyze your own strength, you have to analyze your own weapons. You have to analyze how you can handle the situation, how you have to win that battle, how much is the enemy, what are his strengths, what are his weaknesses.
Okay, now that we are on the topic of wars, but was there any time where you felt that fear or very scared to be in that war?
Well, fear is hell of a lot of fear. I'll tell you, in 1971 war, I used to feel I was a major with sufficient amount of service, with a good reputation as a good company commander of my battalion and all. I never used to feel that night should come. I always wanted daylight. I mean, war, most of the things are haze.
What do you think is the most important lesson that you'll carry all throughout your life from army?
Most important thing that I have learnt in the army is honesty, integrity, loyalty, and being fair in your dealings with everybody.
Our next interview was with Major General K.K. Murthy. He was born in a small village in Karnataka and he was actually an engineer just like all of us. But I guess the patriotism in him just kicked in and he decided to join the army. He was selected in on 5th Jan 1973 in Dehradun and his first posting was in Dispur in Assam in the northeastern sector. This was just the beginning of his journey, and since then he's been posted in so many places, and just to name a few which he said were the best, there's Bikaner in Rajasthan, Gurdaspur in Punjab, Nathula Pass in Sikkim, and the Siachen Glacier. This is just a very small introduction for such an amazing person.
So discipline is one of the vital foundation on which the army is built upon. So how rigorous was your training and your daily routine back in the day?
You see, when we are studying, our attitude towards life is different. We be not following certain rules and regulations. But once you join the army, the first day itself, when you go there and having joined, you are signing the papers, next day the training starts. The training starts at about 4:30 in the morning. And the very first day itself, the first thing they do is chop off your all hairs. So, they try to inculcate a discipline in you. See, we had long hairs and things. Many of our colleagues had that. Then, the ragging takes place. The ragging is physical ragging. Unlike the ragging in a hostel or anything is different. The ragging there is done by an instructor followed by seniors who are the senior in the back. I mean, 1 year, or rather the one batch senior means 6 months they will be senior. So it is a organized way of ragging. There, basically it starts with a physical exercise. They ask you to do front roll, back roll. The discipline, as I told you, starts from the day of hair cutting itself. And once early morning we go for just like PT. From PT you come back, you have your breakfast. PT is for about an hour and 15 minutes. That is 2 periods of 45 minutes each with a break of 5 minutes. Then after that we come back, then we have to, they give us a cycle there. That is the Tons River which flows near IMA, where the tactical classes are taken. And they teach us all the things, how it is to be done. If the enemy comes from right side or left side or frontal attack, different types of warfare is there. How to deal with that. And then SAND model discussion. We have a SAND model where the warfare is discussed, how the equipments are done, which equipment to be used when. All those things are taught there. The classes are over, then we come back there after lunch again in the evening. We just don't get any time to rest. Then again it starts off with classes. Come back 4:30, they start games. Games is for 2 hours, 4:30 to 6:30. Then they give us a break. From 7 o'clock to 8:30 is a study time. You are supposed to study between that time, 7 to 8:30. That is the time they come, somewhere 8:30, 9 o'clock. There is a cabin inspection, means the people will come and inspect your room. After that, then you go for dinner around 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock is the dinner time. And then we have the exercises. Strategically, a post is to be captured, so we go in the night for night attack. So that is. Then they conduct an exercise which is for 48 hours. It starts morning at 7 o'clock. Then that night you can't sleep. Next day complete. The next day night also you can't sleep. 2 nights and 2 days you can't sleep. Then we have the battle inoculation. I attended about 4 or 5 battle inoculation where the actual scenario of the battle takes place. The firing takes place. All safety zones are there. Then you are made to sit in a trench. The grenades explode over you. Then you hear that sound, terrible sound. The gunfire takes place. Then a tank is moved over your trench where you are sitting. Everything is safe there, but you get scary because the way the churning of the tank comes over you, you feel as though you have been crushed inside. That is the sound feeling you have. But you have to overcome that. That is actual training takes place.
Okay, sir. Finally, what message would you want to give to the youth of our nation, sir?
The younger generation, or we call the next generation, into the army or air force or navy, or to the country as such, the next generation in the country. We want average, intelligent, with maturity. Such people should come forward, should join the services. This is an organization where you can stand by word of your own. This is one of the best service you can think of in your career in the army is concerned. Because nowhere else you will get this brotherly treatment. There is no caste, creed or anything of that sort. This is the only organization in the country today which is non-political and non-religious. But they are religious also. Because all officers, whichever regiment you belong, whichever the troops are majority, you have to follow that religion. But in our so-called the temple, we call it, where all the things are kept, both the Gita, then Granth Sahib and the Quran, all the three are kept and pray together.